EMF, terminal potential difference, everything I have completed. Did I start with capacitors? No. Did I start with capacitors, boys? No.
We didn't do energy of a capacitor.
Yeah, I understand. One second. Before that, someone had a doubts in current electricity. Let me just share that and then we'll come back. Can you see the screen, boys? Is the slide visible? Is the slide visible?
What happened? Yeah. Correct. Both are same. Here, boys, there is slight doubt because I have doing the rest of the. One second.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Is there a recording for yesterday's numericals which you have done?
Yes, I have recorded. I have recorded yesterday's class. Okay?
Because I can't see the recording.
It's not there?
No, ma'am, it's not there.
I have recorded, boys. Just check. And one more thing, what we need for the examination, that is PT1, these are the topics. Okay, right, boys? I think so. We have completed all these things. What I need to complete is electrical energy and power. Now, this you have learned in your lower grade. You know what is electrical energy? H is equal to I squared RT. R is equal to V into I, those formulas. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll do numericals on electrical energy and power. Resistivity, again, you have learned in lower grade. Conductivity, we have just done some, I think so, introduction to conductivity, only the definition. So what we need to do is, I have to do numericals on electrical energy and electrical power, then carbon resistor color code. Okay. Series and parallel combination of resistors. You already know about it, what series and parallel combination of resistors. When you get a circuit with combination of resistors, should I do that? What you have done in 10? Should I do numericals on that?
The derivation of that?
No need for derivation. So far, that derivation is not that much important because you have already done in grade 10. If you need some complicated circuit, right, we'll do the numerical part. Okay, temperature dependence of resistance. Have to include only these things are left. Out of this, electrical energy and electrical power we have done in grade 10. I'll go for the numerical part, series and parallel combination also. Let me go for it. Okay, so all these things are in numerical. Yes?
Ma'am, cells in series and parallel and Kirchhoff's law, those both are not there.
No. Kirchhoff's loop rule is not at all over here, right?
Ma'am,
only this much is there.
about
EMF of a cell is also not included. Is that clear? But that's what I just copy pasted it. If you want the syllabus for the entire syllabus, not the PT1 portion, I have already sent you the syllabus. Have I sent the syllabus? No. Otherwise, I'll upload the syllabus. You check. So all those things are not there. Only syllabus we have. But I'm continuing with the portions. Okay, what? Shall we move on with meter bridge? Meter bridge, I started with meter bridge. because I think the students who have come for the practical session would have done the experiment, they would have understood it better. Did we start with meter bridge circuit diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll redo it. We'll start with it. And we'll do numerical theory part of meter bridge. Let us complete and then we'll start doing the numericals of the meter bridge. Meter bridge. Application of distance bridge.
Ma'am, even meter bridge and Wheatstone's bridge are not there, right?
No.
Okay, ma'am.
Continue portion, otherwise it will be tough. Distance bridge. So let us draw the diagram. I think we went for the video clipping also for that meter bridge. Okay. Boys, draw the diagram with scale measurement. The reason I'll tell you, even for your practical examination, you have to draw the circuit diagram. So meter bridge as well as potentiometer, which comes in theory as well as in your in your practicals. For practical examination, you should know how to draw. Right? This theory is it. It's everything. But draw the central part of the meter. But I want you to do with proper scale measurement, not that's it. What? Please do this. Draw first this way. Then I can go for this wire is basically a wire made up of an alloy. Let me mark this end as B. I'm connecting the positive terminal of a battery to end A. The negative terminal of the battery is connected to the key, and the other end of the key is connected to the point B. So this part is over. Then the value of this resistor R is connected across the left gap. Then you have a right gap. So this right gap, you are connecting a wire whose resistance you need to find. Let me put it as X.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. It's not clear.
Okay, now is it fine? So unknown resistance X is unknown resistance, and from the central knob, you are connecting it to a galvanometer, positive terminal. From the negative terminal of the galvanometer, you are connecting it to a jockey. But with proper scale measurement, you draw not a freehand diagram. Very important for both practical point of view as well as even in the board exam. Yes. One second, I'll just connect it to Bluetooth. Why is that happening only in my class? Okay. Well, okay, then in that case, somewhere we'll put a note. Is that fine, boys? Have you copied?
Ma'am, what's a jockey?
Jockey is a sliding metal contact. But if at all, in the lab, I think so I had a video section So if you have time, just go to OLAB. I think so. Might be next week we'll do, because yesterday I couldn't complete your practical part. So next week on Monday we will start meter bridge OLAB practicals. A jockey is a metal contact which can slide over the wire AB, right? Now, when the metal contact your jockey is at point A, say the galvanometer shows zero deflection. So when J can be termed as A is termed as or sometimes we refer this balance point. Now when this can happen, the galvanometer shows zero deflection, which means no current is flowing through the galvanometer. When galvanometer shows zero deflection, see, you have to keep the metal contact, the jockey slide over the wire. Move the metal contact or the sliding contact over the wire, say at point J. At point J, the metal contact is over the wire, all along the wire is sliding. The galvanometer shows zero deflection, which means the point the null point. Under this condition, the bridge is set. Let me measure this distance A to J. Entire meter, that's it.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking a lot.
Ma'am, we can't hear you properly.
Okay, no, otherwise I have to disconnect and let me check whether, 1 second, boy. Just disconnecting and
Is it fine right now? Is that fine, boys? Is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
It's fine now, ma'am.
Okay. Have you done this? Now, how it is being termed as a Wheatstone's bridge? You need not draw the Wheatstone's bridge, but I am roughly drawing the Wheatstone's bridge to know how it is going to act like a Wheatstone's bridge. This will be P, this is Q, this is R and X. You have a galvanometer, shows your zero deflection. Now, the resistance offered by the length of the wire A to J is equivalent to P. Was the resistance offered, because the current is flowing through the wire. The current is flowing through the wire. So this part of the wire from A to J having a length L is offering some resistance to the flow of the current. That clear, boys? That clear? Okay, so P becomes equal to the resistance of wire of length AB, sorry, of length AJ. Then the other part of the wire from B to J having a length of 100 minus L, this part of the wire is also offering some resistance, and that resistance is equivalent to Q. Right, boys? Now, what is Q? Q is the resistance of the wire. Q is the resistance of the wire of length BJ. It's a Wheatstone's bridge. That's the reason galvanometer is going to show a zero deflection. Galvanometer shows zero deflection. Then we can say, what is the condition? P by Q must be equal to R by X. Using the balanced condition, I can find the value of X. What I can measure this distance? I can measure the length L. At the same time, I can find what is 100 minus L. R is 1, which I can prefer take the value of R. I can remove the resistances from the resistance box. I can select the value of R. I can measure the length L. I can find 100 minus L. If all these quantities are known, using the balance condition, I can find the value of X. That's clear, boys? See, while performing the experiment, I can plug the resistance R. Now I have to keep plugging the resistance R. Keep this in mind. I have to keep plugging, or I plug the resistance R. Then I have to move the jockey so that at one particular point, say if I'm plugging the resistance as 25 ohms. Boys who have done the experiment will know this better. If I have plugged the resistance of 25 ohms, right, then I have to move the jockey along the wire AB. Say at point J, the galvanometer shows zero deflection, right? In that case, the entire bridge is said to be balanced, which means R upon X must be equal to P by Q. Now, how will you measure P? The resistance P is nothing but the resistance offered by the wire of length AJ. Then what is Q? Q is nothing but the resistance offered by the by the wire of length BJ to the flow of your current. Is that clear? That is why the point J is very important. It's called the null point. Null point is what? At point J, you keep the jockey on the wire at point J, no current will flow to the galvanometer. In that condition, R by X becomes equal to P by Q. Okay, then R is what you have selected. P you can measure by finding the length from this point of the wire A to the point where the jockey is fixed on the wire. You are keeping the jockey, sliding the jockey on the wire. At point J, when the position of the jockey is at point J, no current flows to the circuit. So you measure this length, we call it as balancing length. Then you can measure 100 minus L, right? P is equal to the resistance P is nothing but the resistance offered by this length of the wire to the flow of the current. The entire wire AB. Same way, Q is the resistance offered by the first part of the wire to the flow of the current. Can I go for the next one? Right, boys. Right, I'll tell you why. Boys, right, boys. P is equal to P is equal to the resistance offered resistance of the wire of length AJ. Only one condition is that if the wire AB, generally this wire is made up of an alloy. We are not using your metal wire, because if I use a metal wire, as the current is continuously passing, the wire gets heated up. So we are using the wire AB as an alloy, which of 1 meter in length. If the wire AB has uniform thickness, all these things are very important from Viva point of view in your examination. Your practical examiner will come and check all these things. Is that the wire AB is of uniform thickness? Yes, it has to be of uniform thickness, uniform area of cross section, and it should be of the same material. Material is throughout, if the wire AB is made up of nickel, throughout it should be having the same composition, same area of cross section, and same material. So what is generally R? R is equal to L rho by A. Now look at the condition. The condition is uniform area of cross section, same material, which means rho and A are constant. The material, throughout the wire AB, the wire AB has the same area of cross section. So which means A is a constant made up of the same material, rho is a constant. So R is proportional to L. This principle you are applying over here. Is that clear? That clear, boys? Why? Because rho and A are constant. Because whenever you are learning the concept of meter bridge and potentiometer, pay additional. You have to learn properly, boys. The concepts are not only for theory, the concepts are equally for your board practicals. So P is equal to the resistance of the wire of length AJ. So I can write P is proportional to what is the length AJ? What is the length AJ? L. Okay. Same way, I can go for Q. Q is equal to the resistance of the wire of length BJ of length. So in other words, I can write Q is proportional to 100 minus L. Now we'll go for the balance condition. Under balanced condition, under resistance, balanced condition, when the balanced condition reaches, your galvanometer should show zero deflection. Balanced condition, that is what we arrive in resistance when we are solving, so deriving for resistance balanced condition, we have this condition, no current should flow to the galvanometer. So that P by Q must be equal to, so that P by Q must be equal to R upon X. So what is P? What is P, boys? L. This is 100 minus L is equal to R by X. Now you just tell me what is unknown resistance. Unknown resistance X becomes equal to, yes, correct. Unknown resistance X must be equal to 100 minus L by L into R. This is how you determine the unknown resistance or the resistance of a given wire using your meter bridge. Which one? No, I gave as a reference. Now, if you want, what? Derivation I have already, formulas there already. Derivation.
Ma'am, could you show the meter bridge diagram, please?
Meter bridge diagram. One second. Boys, if you feel you want the numerical revision or the textbook numerical to be revised, right? Saturdays, it's up to you. You just let me know whether you want to revise numerical, textbook numericals. Okay, I'll do the textbook numericals. Or if you want me to revise board papers, I'll go for PT1. Board papers you want to revise. But let me know which day is feasible for you all. If Saturdays or any weekdays, just before your PT1. Okay, fine. It's up to you, boys. PT1, if at all you need revising few board papers, then I'll revise the board papers till what is there for your PT1. Just decide. Okay. Fine. That's all. Have you completed? Because regular class I have to go for.
Ma'am, should we draw Wheatstone's bridge on the side for this survey?
No need. That's only for your reference. The last part, shall I go for, see, Wheatstone's bridge, meter bridge is used to find the unknown, the resistance of a given wire. You can find the resistivity of the same wire once you find your value of R. Shall I move for the next? Shall I move for the next, boys? Next subheading, resistivity of the given wire. Resistivity of the given wire So what is resistivity, boys? Resistivity is equal to the resistance of the wire into area of cross section by length. So rho is equal to x pi r square by L. So what is x? It is unknown resistance. R is the radius of the wire. L is the length of the wire. L is the length of the wire. Started the numerical process.
Ma'am, this cell is different from the previous cell, right?
Which one, boys?
I'm like the 100 minus L by L.
The continuation of your previous. What's the calculation? Very good. In a meter bridge. In a meter bridge. In a meter bridge. The null point is found. In a meter bridge. The null point is found at a distance of
Ma'am,
yes.
ma'am, your voice is unclear.
Okay. In a meter bridge, the null point is found at a distance of 60 centimeter, that is 60 centimeter from point A, if now a resistance of 5 ohms, if now a resistance of 5 ohms is connected in series with S, if now a resistance of 5 ohms is connected in series with S, the null point occurs at The null point occurs at 50 centimeter, 50 centimeter. Find the value of R and S. Find the value of R and S. What is, you have to draw the circuit diagram. Just let it be a rough circuit diagram because this is not clearly. Let's have a rough circuit diagram. So you have two resistors. S is the unknown resistor, R is the fixed resistor. I'm just drawing a rough one. This is R and this is S. Okay. This point is A, this point is J, and this point is B. Now the first part of the question is, I have two resistors. R is a known resistance. S is unknown resistance. They are connected in a meter bridge circuit. Now then the balancing length L is found to be how many centimeters? What is the length, balancing length? 60 centimeters. Right, boss? This is the first part. So what will be your balance condition? Okay, what is balance condition now? Balance condition, P by Q must be equal to R by S. Now what is P? P is L. What is Q? 100 minus L. So this is 100 minus L. So P is the resistance offered by the length L of the wire. Q is the resistance offered by 100 minus L. The length 100 minus L of the wire. R upon S. So what is the value of L for S? L is 60. Then 100 minus L is 40. 100 minus 60 must be equal to R by S. So this is 60 by 40 is equal to R by S, or I can write 3 by 2 is equal to R upon S. Mark this as equation 1. This is the first part of your question. When you have R and S, the balancing length is 60 centimeters. That's clear. Now the question is, if you are connecting, the second part of the question is, if you are going to connect one more resistance in series with S. I am putting one more resistance 5 ohm in series with S. Right, boss? I am putting one more resistance 5 ohms in series with S. What is the balancing length now? What will be the balancing length as per the question? Balancing length changes to 50 centimeter. Or when I am putting a 5 ohm resistor in series with S, then the entire balancing length becomes, in the previous case only that it was S, the balancing length was 60 centimeter. When I am putting a resistance of 5 ohms in series with S, what is the balancing length now? 50 centimeter. Is that clear, boys? Is that clear, others? Okay, so now we'll go for the second one. So now what will be your balancing condition? P by Q must be equal to R by, is it S or S dash? S dash. What is S dash? S dash should be equal to S plus 5. It's a combination of the two resistors, S and 5. Okay, now next, what is P? This L dash, a new balancing length. When I put the resistor 5 ohms in series, the balancing length changes to L dash divided by 100 minus L dash. That must be equal to R by, what is S dash? S plus 5, correct? S plus 5. What is L dash now? What is the new balancing length? 50 centimeter. L dash is equal to 50 centimeter. So I can write 50 by 100 minus 50 must be equal to R by S plus 5. So what is this? 50 by 50 is equal to R by S plus 5. So now I have equation 2. Can you solve equation 1 and 2? And
Ma'am?
find the value of R and S? Can you solve equation 1 and 2 and find the value of R and S? What is the value of R? Yes, correct. 10 ohms. I think simple calculation was.
Ma'am, is the diagram given in the question?
Should I write the question on top?
No, ma'am. Is the diagram given in the question, or we have
No,
to draw?
only the no, boys. The diagram will be given in the question. Possible, if I'll post this worksheet in your file section. The diagram will be given. The diagram will be given. You need not worry about it. R is 15 ohms, correct. S is 10 ohms. Boys, those who have completed, can you?